EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go! Green 39!
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back.
Carry
number 1 for Jordan Howard. Runs over it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. On first, they go right back to Howard. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Huber. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
On 3rd down, Huber. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Let's go. Great. Great.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now it's Ajayi. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huber, Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Huber. Got a man complete. This is Richard Rodgers. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 42 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
They run with Ajayi. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. There he goes inside the 30. He finds Ajayi. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Come on now, come on now, let's go.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Off play action. Huber looking deep for Gabriel. This is caught inside the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
On first and 10, Huber. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with a giant. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you? Yeah,
you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Burns over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Ajayi. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
To throw is Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. This is Ajayi. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wentz now to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Ajayi with the benefit of a full training camp behind him, excelling in this Eagle backfield as they come up on 1st down. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Orleans Darkwa taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Burton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go play action here on 1st down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down. Huber. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Huber. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. throwing on first down. Huber. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Huber. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Here's a handoff to a Giant to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the gun, it's Wentz. He hits Jermaine Kearse. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to kick it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. To the right side, complete to Miller. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
From the gun, Huber. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
On first down, Huber. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huber throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Set! 3-19!
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. throwing again. Huber. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
Operating from the gun. Huber. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Huber, he's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So, all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 1st down, Wentz. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
On the ball. Scared. 159.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. Jeffrey breaking the tackle. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. An Eagle 1st down, Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control, and you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Wentz. Looking deep downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Wentz going to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw on 2nd down. Huber. And Gabriel's got him. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Four down.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Huber under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, Huber gonna let one fly for Robinson. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down, couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Huber. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Wentz to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Wentz. Trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board. And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one.
Green 39. Detroit. Detroit. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go with Howard again. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Huber. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 12 yards is the pickup there. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Off the play fake. Huber. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. Back now at Soldier Field. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Leopard!
On the handoff, this is Howard. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Jordan Howard unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll begin the drive with Ajayi. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Now Wentz. Aguilar has it. And it's a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Wentz now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They run again with Ajayi. Room to run past midfield. Ajayi escapes him. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big play there from Ajayi. 49 yards on the ground. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On the run, Darkwa. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Orleans Darkwa. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They pitch out to Howard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huber looking deep for Gabriel. He's got a man complete. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 58 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Huber. Stepping up. He'll try and run. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They'll come out in the pistol. Try to punch it in with Howard. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Back to throw. Huber. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right on the 30. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hurry up, here we go.
Looking to throw. Huber. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Huber. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Derek Barnett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hurry up, here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.